If you get stung, I always smoke myself.
Yeah.
It'll cover up the
So what smoke
scent.
does is that
Scent.
it gives the bees a sense
Pull the
that,
stinger out,
okay, we have a fire
so-
coming, something's coming, we need to eat a whole lot of honey, which calms them down and they're less apt to sting you, which makes the bees easier to work from a beekeeper standpoint. It kind of is almost a doorbell also. Hi ladies, we're here. Gives them a sense of that the beekeeper's back and this is what's going to happen. They get used to you coming in and kind of peeking around and seeing what's going on.
Okay, that one should be free.
This would be my 8th year keeping bees.
This is Duragilt Foundation.
I order from Man Lake. It's a package of bees. This year it was 2 pounds of bees and a queen. We go through the frames. Any frame that is full of honey that doesn't have any brood in it, we bring in and we sweep the bees off of it with a brush and try and be as gentle as possible because I'm going into their home and taking food. And so I need to be respectful of what I'm doing to them. So we take a brush and we sweep them off. Then we put the frames in a box in another honey super and we put a lid on it because that's honey that's free for any bee in the bee yard to go after, and I don't want a whole bunch of bees in there.
30,000? All right.
Population of St. Cloud in a box. When I go through the colony and there's a lot of brood in there and it has honey on it and it could possibly be extracted, to me that's a situation where you say, let the bees have it. If it's only half a frame, let the bees have it. We could possibly get it later. I always want to leave them enough food and medicine inside the colony so they can take care of themselves, so I don't have to do as much for them. And once we've gone through all the honey supers, then we go into our extracting house or into the kitchen at Hug here. And we start with the uncapping process where we have to take off the wax cappings, either with a heated knife or an uncapping scratcher or a fork, anything to scrape off the top of the cap to expose the honey. Once we have it to that point, then we put it in the extractor, and with the machine we have, it's a hand crank, so everybody's curious that, you know, they want to try it out, so we get lots of takers to spin the handle and spin out the honey. Once the honey comes out of the comb, down into the extractor, into the bottom, it flows out the gate into a pail. Then we pour it through a sieve, a medium and a coarse sieve, to screen out anything we really don't want in the honey into a pail that's got a gate on the bottom of it, and we bottle right off the 5-gallon pail. And that's the whole process right there of extracting. 30 years ago, folks didn't have to deal with what beekeepers are dealing with now. Bees, native and non-native, don't need grass. They need flowers, they need nectar, they need pollen. And so a lot of the problems with the bees not only is pesticide use, but habitat loss. And so we want to encourage people, instead of growing a really nice green lawn, how about a really nice white Dutch clover lawn or a lot of flowers? Leave those, what they so-called weeds, grow in your yard because they all have a flower on them, which is what the bees, native and non-native, are after.